it would take forever, or it would cost forever, or very much to fill up your tank. What's up, man?
How long on average, does it take to recruit someone that?
How long does it normally average?
How long did Kevin Simpson, you guys know Kevin Simpson?
Yes, sir.
He's the guy that I know.
Let's say I recruit somebody in the month of January, and they're not a high school senior. They'll probably leave, I would say, by May. They'll probably be gone. They'll have their job in a month or two, and then 2 to 3 months after that, they'll be gone. So not very long, not very long at all. Some people hear rumors that it takes up to like a year to leave, or like 8 months. No, it's normally a lot faster than that.
Mine was,
I got him out quick.
yeah, mine was
I got him
super
out.
fast. It was very fast. All I did,
I'm
got
not-
married, left, like 2 months later. So,
Right, no, very quick.
What do you think about the idea of one world currency? This is just something I was thinking about.
I don't think it's ever going to happen, but it's a great thought. But I don't think
No, I was just thinking, the currency, the euro is worth more than the dollar. Why don't we all switch to the euro, but if it's worth more?
There ought to be so many economical problems.
exactly.
When you recruit somebody, does the person have the choice of like going to school, like college first, or does the Air Force like tell them how to do that?
No, like if you go and enlisted, you're automatically going to basic training, so that means you're not going to college first, but you can go to college on your free time, while you're in. That's another thing that I wanted to hit, a couple of things I wanted to talk to you guys about. I'm not here to recruit you guys or anything like that, but a lot of young adults make mistakes early in life. And before you guys decide to say, hey, I'm disqualified, go in and talk to a recruiter. Whatever branch it is that you guys want to, go and talk to that recruiter or talk to somebody about the Air Force, because just because you guys think that you're in trouble doesn't mean that you're going to be not allowed in the Air Force. We work waivers for everything. That means a waiver is, let's say there's something, you did something wrong, or you need a medical waiver, we'll look at it and we'll say, give the kid the benefit of the doubt, we'll put a waiver in for you, and it's possible you can get a job that way. Like a lot of young adults, they think that a minor consumption, because it happens. Even though I know no high school kid drinks, it happens, and people get minor consumptions, and they think, oh, if I get a minor consumption, I won't ever be allowed to join the military. That's false. So before you self-diagnose yourself with being disqualified, go talk to somebody first before you just say, hey, I'm not qualified.
There's not much to do with Kevin Simpson. He had something that he needed.
I'm not talking about anybody's business. I'm not allowed to do that.
Oh, okay.
I'm not allowed to do that. Yeah, ask Kevin. Another thing is, let's go talk about one more thing. I absolutely forgot. Anybody, any questions? So I can try to remember.
What's kind of like the crime that you stop at?
The crime that we stop at,
You just like-
certain things right now it's going to be hard for us to work a waiver for. The big thing that we see is possession of marijuana or a drug charge. If you have that, it's going to be very hard for us to work a waiver for that. So possession of marijuana or possession of paraphernalia, that's going to be an automatic DQ. So it all depends on sometimes the discretion of your commander. But sometimes people do work waivers for them, sometimes waivers can't be worked. So I say small things you guys are going to be able to still get in. Let's say if you stole something when you were younger, like 14 or 13, and you feel like, oh, just because I have that on my record, I'm going to be in so much trouble. We'll still be able to work with that. If you have like a curfew violation, we'll be able to work with that. If you have speeding tickets, we'll be able to work with that. Certain things we will be able to work, but certain things we can't. If you have like 3 assault charges, you're pretty chance you're not getting in. If you have an attempted murder, you're not getting in. If you have like the serious charges, I'm pretty sure you're not going to get in. We have a book that says if you can get in or if you can't, and if we can work a waiver for you, if we can't work a waiver for you, what level it needs to go to. There's so many things that we do first before we say, hey, you're disqualified. We don't want to just tell somebody they're disqualified unless we absolutely know that they're disqualified and there's nothing we can do to help them. A lot of things that we run into now, because the economy has took a hit and everything, and a lot of young adults have bad credit. For the Air Force, we're the only branch that does a credit check. So if you do have bad credit, there's a chance you're not gonna get it. If you have like a lot of things that are at a collection agency, you're gonna have to pay a lot of that off before you try to get into the Air Force. Make sense? All right. The thing I wanted to talk to you guys was about tuition assistance and the GI Bill. Tuition assistance, that's a lot of you guys, I don't know how many in here have college paid for sure. That's something you guys need to look at. Tuition assistance pays $4,500 every single year for you guys to go to school. Plus you guys are going to get the GI Bill. The GI Bill is going to give you a lump sum amount so you guys can go to school later on in life. Or you can use it while you're in the Air Force as well. But that's something you guys can all go to airforce.com, read up about, and go from there.
Any other questions?
We got about 9 minutes.
You guys can ask anything.
Any
It could
personal
be
questions?
anything
No.
in the world.
It's up to you guys.
I don't want you guys to look at me like, oh my gosh, he's like the strictest recruiter. I'm super laid back, guys. If you guys see me in action, you're like, wow, he is super laid back. Before, I'm a man before I put this uniform every day, so ask me anything, and I'll be straight up and honest with you.
I know I kind of asked you guys this earlier, but what was like boot camp kind of like for each of you? That's definitely afraid of.
Do you want my experience or do you want his?
Either one.
I think we have the same experience.
I was in great shape when it came to boot camp. I was running a 1.5 miles in 8 minutes, 7:55. I was super fast. So when it came to that, I was killing it. But like I said, I was a knucklehead, a hardhead sometimes, and I had a problem with authority. And I was just like, oh, you guys, you're not going to tell me to do something. I'll do what I want, sir. And that's what kicked me in the butt a little bit. And then I'm not the most organized person in the world. And being in the Air Force, especially at basic training, you have to be very, very organized. A lot of people say that the Air Force their basic training might be a little bit easier than physically, but when it comes to like mentally preparing yourself and paying attention to detail, I believe the Air Force has the hardest boot camp when it comes to that, because it is so hard. Like, you could think your bed is made perfect. In your eyes, you're like, wow, it's perfect. And your training instructor will come by and be like, nope, that looks like crap. And just throw everything off your bed and be like, I just spent 30 minutes making that bed and I thought it was perfect. Now I gotta spend another hour to make a bed to hope that it's perfect. So that's the hardest part about it. You're sleep deprived. That's it. You're so sleep deprived. I know when I was in basic training, I probably went to bed around 11, 12 o'clock every night. And I was waking up at 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning. And I was just like, geez, I'm so tired. But you can get through it. You'll get used to it. The first 3 weeks are hard. I tell all my applicants, like, hey, we're super cool. You guys are going to hate me for 3 weeks. I guarantee you guys will hate me for 3 weeks. Because we like to say, or people like to say that the Air Force breaks you down to build you up, to mold you into what we want you to be. So everything that you might think is right now, when you get to Lackland Air Force Base that first day, nothing. You don't even know how to walk anymore, because we're going to tell you that you don't know how to walk. You need to walk the way we tell you how to walk. You need to eat the way we tell you how to eat. Everything is going to be completely different from what you might know up now. So, but other than that, it's a piece of cake. It's a piece of cake. I didn't have too.
I'll be honest. I did it all. I went in out of shape, but I get in shape. Fairly simple. I get in fairly simple. I get in shape fairly simple. But no, I did not like it, honestly. A lot of it, having a pregnant wife, was the thought of that just kind of sucked. Like her being gone, and it just felt to me like I wasn't helping out, and so, it was definitely very hard. But what your days are like? I mean, he went in 6 years ago, so. No, like I remember we got there, got yelled at, all that stuff, and then the night we got in, it's about we got in 2 o'clock, and then I remember we woke up at 4 o'clock, and it's just, I was the first one to get yelled at. Yeah, it's a long story, but I was the first one to get yelled at, and honestly, what I did is I listened to him, and he's just like, lay up, you don't want to be the one to stand out, don't do anything stupid, and I always kept my mouth shut, and That's kind of how my attitude was. Somebody's yelling in my face, I'll laugh like that, and I just had a problem with authority. But when you get there, it's a different story. Like you're scared, you know. You hear that click clack on the boots, and you're just like, and everybody changes. But it was very, in my opinion, it was easy but hard. The easy part about it, like he said, he wasn't very neat, but I'm like a perfectionist. I do things certain ways, and I'm good at it when I do it. Like you have to roll T-shirts a certain way, like roll socks, like you've never rolled socks. Like you have to do bed drills. I've never sweated making a bed. It's absolutely terrible. Get yelled at quite a bit. I only got yelled at once, and that was that first time. You get put on details, and basically what that is in the mornings and in the evenings, you do your job, whether that be scrubbing toilets in the dormitory or lining beds. But everything is perfection. That's how we do it. It's nonstop from when you wake up to when you go to sleep. It's go, go, go. There's a lot of cool experiences, like sea burning. It's like a gas chamber. It's like I didn't like it, but it's cool that you can say that you've done it. I think it's a tenth of what tear gas actually is.
Tear gas is terrible. It's intense because
it was bad.
It was bad enough for me. I was like, I never want to experience this ever again.
But basically, you put all this camp gear, then you have a gas mask, and then you have to take off the gas mask and give a reporting statement, and then it's bad. Like your eyes are all jacked up, and you're like coughing, and it sucks. But it's cool to say that you've done that stuff. There are some cool things about it, but it's go, go, go. I remember after basic training, I got to tech school, and that weekend was a lot different because I just had my own room with one of my buddies for basic training, and I slept all weekend, like the entire weekend. I literally did not get out of bed. I was just so sleep deprived for like about a month that I didn't get out of bed. But no, very, very fun experience, I should say. Sometimes you become very close with the guys that you're with. You're with them 24/7. Tell you from when you wake up to when you go to sleep. Those are your brothers, and that's what they try to beat you on, is becoming family, and everybody's the same. And yeah, it sucks, but it's fun.
I'll tell you guys a quick story because I know Colonel Peters wants to go.
1.5 minutes.
All right, it's real quick. Like when I told you guys that I was like one of those people that I had a problem with authority a lot, I did. And like he just said that you build a family with like 59 other people or so. You don't want your 59 other people to hate you. And I think it was my second week while I was there, all 59 people hated me in my second week. We were marching one day, and I had a sister flight, so it was like 59 of us, or 60 of us, and it was like 60 girls, and that was the people we did everything with. And when my sister flight, one of the girls tripped, and we're supposed to like help them up and make sure that they're okay. But I left. I was like, that's hilarious that you just fell. And my instructor was just like, he was like, get on your face right now, push-ups, sit-ups, everything. And like I said, I was in great shape, so I did it, no problem. And I brought my TI to the side because we had to stop by the commissary, or we had to stop by the VX and pick up some stuff for the dorm. And I brought him to the side. I was like, hey sir, doing exercise is not going to hurt me. I was like, I'm in great shape. Nothing. Don't even worry about it. So as soon as we got back to the dorms, he was just like, guess what? Everybody stand in front of your bunks. So everybody standing there, he was like, Trainee Stoney right here said that exercising has nothing to do, it does not hurt him at all. So everybody get on your face. And we were doing exercises for about an hour and a half. Everybody was in sweat, everybody was sweating. While we were doing flutter kicks, instead of saying 1, 2, 3, we were saying 1, 2, thank you, Stoney, 1, 2, and everybody was there, got in my face and yelled at me and everything, and I was just like, I don't care. So don't do that. Don't do that.